Good, good evening, everyone. If everyone would please rise for the national anthem. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Rosedale Technical College graduation ceremony. I'm going to start this one off the way I start all of them off, and that is, let's hear it for the class of 2025-2026. It's such an exciting night, certainly for all of us here at Rosedale. This is what this has all been about. And as I was driving over here this evening, I was thinking about, how am I going to use my couple of minutes that I have with you? What am I going to say to this group? Because it's a privilege to be able to stand up here and get to say anything to a graduating class. And I actually thought about probably one of the more well-known speeches that I've ever experienced in my lifetime. And if you've never seen this before, I highly recommend you look it up. I would imagine many of you might have. But it's the great Jimmy Valvano does a speech. ESPN plays it every single year. It's at the inaugural ESPY Awards. And they were giving him the award. He was a very well-known college basketball coach, huge personality, then turned into a announcer, commentator. But in 1993, when they had the inaugural ESPY Awards, he was given the very first Arthur Ashe Courage Award, and it was mainly because he was facing the biggest battle of his life, and he was battling cancer. But he got up in front of the crowd there at the ESPYs and, of course, nationally, and he gave a speech. It was a very, very profound speech. Again, very well worth looking up if you haven't seen it. But among many other things that he says to this group, he tells them, there's three things that I hope for you in your life. Three things that I hope you do every day. And those three things were, one, that you think every day, that you profoundly really sit and think about your life, about the world, but that you think every day. Number two, he said, that you laugh every day. And I think that makes sense to all of us, because we can all think of times where those days where we've laughed and we've enjoyed our friends and our family more than anything else. That day was a pretty good day, right? And then the third thing was that you should have your emotions moved to tears. And keeping in mind there is such thing as tears of joy, right? But he said, if you could do those three things every day, what a day every day will be, but what a life you will have. So I think that's a great message, and it's profound. But his speech is really mostly well known for how he kind of ended the speech, and it was 7 very simple little words. It was, don't give up, don't ever give up. And certainly for all of us, that's an important message to always keep in mind in our lives. But for a graduating class, don't give up. The hard work that you have done to get here has been huge. You've earned this night. It's all culminated in this graduation ceremony that is just for you. Again, you've earned it, and you should enjoy it. But this is the closing of one chapter and the opening of many, many more. So just keep in mind, the hard work is really just starting. And anything worth having in life is always the stuff that you work the hardest for. So keep working hard. Stay in touch with us here at Rosedale, because once you have come through Rosedale and you have graduated, you always belong with us at Rosedale. Come back to us. You need us. You have us as a resource. So always come back to us. And we all here, I know I can speak for everyone when I say we wish you the absolute very best in your futures. So one more time, if we could, let's hear it for the graduating class of 2025-26. All right, so my job as MC, my name is Steve McCree. I work here at Rosedale. My job here tonight is to kind of take us through each part of this graduation process. And before we jump into the heart of things here, guys, I do have a very quick remembrance that I want to make here of what was a beloved faculty member that we lost over this past year. It is Mr. Al Danjo. He was an instructor in our diesel program. Al, when we lost him, he had been at Rosedale for almost 10 years, positively impacting the lives of students in the diesel program. But he had spent over 37 years in the diesel industry. So he brought a ton of experience and knowledge and wisdom to our students. And of course, that didn't make up everything who Al was. He was also an avid fisherman. He was an avid hunter. He was a competitive shooter, a huge Pittsburgh sports fan. So we lost one of our family this year, so we just want to take a moment to remember Al, and if we could, please, just a quick moment of silence. Thank you for that. And if we could, a round of applause for Al and everything that he did for the students of Rosedale. Okay, now what I would like to do is I would like to introduce our president of Rosedale to give our welcoming remarks. You all know him, you all love him, Mr. Dennis Welke.
Something really embarrassing happened to me a while back, maybe about a year ago, when I went into Mr. Shire's math class to talk to some students. See, what I like to do is to talk to the students as much as I can. I want to get to know them all if I can. We've got almost too many to get to know these days. This is our second consecutive year of record enrollment. And next year looks even bigger. Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? But it's important for me to try to get to know the students, but it's also really important for them to get to know me a little bit so that they feel comfortable coming to talk to me. You know, come stop by my office, send me a text, stop me in the hallway. It's really important that our students feel comfortable coming and sharing some thoughts, suggestions, let me know what's going on with their life. And I do a lot of things to try to make that happen. One of the things that I do is I go for the daytime degree students, I go into their general education courses, usually about a month into their program at Rosedale. And so I was in there talking to Mr. Shire's math class one time, and I talk about a lot of stuff. I usually start with something on quantum physics, which I like. I don't know if anybody else does. Share some spiritual stuff. We talk about the job market for the trades or how the school works. Spend like 45 minutes to an hour getting to know the new students, having a conversation. Y'all remember that? Usually I'll spend at least a couple minutes talking about being healthy. right? A healthy lifestyle. So as human beings, we're kind of like machines, right? We're a collection of systems. We got a circulatory system, we got a digestive system, we got an emotional system. If one of those systems isn't working right, the whole unit's not going to work, right? It's like you're driving your car and your brake system doesn't work. That car is not going to be functional. It's not going to get you where you want to go. Well, it'll get you there. You just can't stop if you get there. But your health is a little bit under your control. And I talk about a good diet, some exercise, eating right, staying away from those energy drinks, that kind of stuff. And usually at the end, I will challenge any student, if they want to try to come up and do what? Yeah, do 50 push-ups with me, right? I turned 50 several years back, and I started doing a set of 50 push-ups in the morning. And so I challenge the students, if you can come up and do 50 push-ups with me, I'll give you a gift card. And so that morning in Mr. Shire's math class, I had maybe, 4 or 5, possibly 6 students that came up, and they wanted to try to do 50 push-ups. So we got down on the floor, and I'm down there, and I'm pumping out my push-ups, and I was on number 11 or 12, something like that, and then yeah, with all that exertion, a little bit of air kind of seeped out the backside. Big old fart right in the middle of class. It was quiet for like a second. And then everybody busted out laughing. I think Mr. Shirey, I think it took him like 10 minutes before he could actually have a conversation. He was laughing so much. But it was great. I was laughing too. It was hilarious. And it kind of was a perfect example, like an illustration of the point I was trying to get across to the students at that time. There's a cornerstone trait, a certain characteristic that is the most important thing. It's like it's the key and the secret to a successful, happy life. And to me, that's humility. It's one of our core values at Rosedale Tech. It's the start of things like service to others, curiosity, self-improvement. All of those good things spring out of humility. It's the main ingredient for a successful life, I think. Now, there's a common approach to life, or a common saying that people use, or a common way of thinking about success that is pretty natural. I think a lot of us have thought this. I'm sure I've thought this in my life. And that is, if I want to be successful so that I can have a happy life, right? I want to achieve some goals. I want a certain status. I want a certain income level. I want a certain amount of power in my life. And if I get all that and achieve those goals, my life will be happy. I'll be grateful. I'll be, full of gratitude. And, it makes sense, right? You achieve those goals, you get happiness. It's just the opposite. It's completely backwards. It's not that you achieve your goals to become happy, but if you can live a life of gratitude and joy and have that happiness in you, that is what will make you successful. It's backwards. It's backwards from the way we think about it. Now, I love it when conventional wisdom gets flipped on its head and the things that everybody thinks is true, it turns out to be the opposite. I love that kind of stuff. To me, that's fun. I'm kind of a self-improvement junkie, and I do a lot of things like intellectually or spiritually or physically to try to keep becoming the best version of myself every day. And so I do a bunch of physical things. I mentioned the push-ups. I also do long-distance running, believe it or not. Most people don't like that. I think it's fun. But I also do things like yoga and meditation. And there's more people these days doing meditation, I think. But a lot of people kind of, it's like woo-woo stuff, and there's a little bias. Don't knock until you try it. But I'm sure everybody has seen like a movie or TV show where there's maybe a yoga teacher, a woman cross-legged on the floor, and she's doing a breathing meditation technique, and she's saying, breathe in positive air, and then blow out the negative. Breathe in the positive, blow out the negative. And that's valid. There's some really good results from that kind of meditation. But I flip that on its head a little bit. I do something different. So if I'm meditating, or sometimes in church before Mass, I'll get there early and do some of this. And I do. I sit there and I breathe in gratitude and joy, and then I breathe all that joy and gratitude and all that good feeling right back out. It doesn't belong to me. So I believe that I'm breathing in this positive energy, and I'm borrowing it from the world. I'm borrowing it from God in order to be able to do good things for myself and those around me. And it doesn't belong to me. It's a gift that I've been given, and every gift that I receive and continue to receive, I think at some point I owe it to the world to give it all back. And so that's flipping it on its head a little bit, right? So that kind of approach to life has inspired a new project that we're working on. And this project could potentially help many of you graduates. So what I'm doing now is, I just started this. I'm offering free individual one-on-one life and career coaching to all of our students and graduates if you'd like to do this. I just had my very first coaching session with a current student about 2 weeks ago. And this is a situation where it's student-driven. If you remember at orientation, I talk about 100%, right? You put in your 100%, we'll put in our 100%. So what you'll do is, I created an intake form, and you talk a little bit about yourself and tell me about your goals, do some self-reflection on some things that you like about yourself and some things you'd like to work on. And I've curated a list of about 12 self-help short videos on YouTube, and I'm asking any participant that wants to do this, watch at least 2 of them, jot down some notes. What did you get out of that? So then, if you do that, I will set up as many half-hour one-on-one coaching sessions as you want to do. So for you graduates, now that you're not in class anymore, you can still participate. Just reach out to me. You should still have my cell phone number. I give my personal cell phone number out to everybody. If you don't have it, just call the school or email me if you got my email address. Let me know you want to do this. I'll send you a link for the survey and all the links for the videos. And then we can do our conversations via Zoom or on the phone or meet in person. Maybe meet at Starbucks or even on campus. So I'm really excited about this. I don't know what it's going to do to my schedule. I think Jen, my assistant, is a little worried about that too, but we're going to see how it works. It's my opportunity to give back things that I've been given. So take advantage of it, okay? I think I literally could charge like $500 an hour for my time, legitimately, based on all of my career and everything, so I'm giving that to you for free. Now, before I wrap up, I have one more homework assignment for you guys. It's optional. You don't have to do it, okay? It's not even graded. But first, think about your life up until now. How many people have helped you get to where you are today, where you're embarking on that new successful career in your new life? How many people have helped you along the way, pushed you, encouraged you, given you time, given you some of their insights and advice? There's got to be someone in that group that you probably feel like you owe some actual appreciation to. Maybe you never thanked them well enough. Maybe you never thanked them at all. So here's my challenge to you. This is the homework assignment. Send them a written letter of appreciation, a little thank you letter in handwriting sent to their home. And I'm making this way too easy for you guys because I have enough blank thank you notes here, assorted thank you notes, for every single graduate to grab one if you want one. And there's already a stamp on it. All you have to do is write the name down and write your little letter and drop it in the mailbox, okay? I'm going to set this box of thank you notes right over here on this table, so when you come up later or any time before we leave tonight, you can grab one. There's enough, one for everybody, okay? And I have some business cards in here in case you lost the one that you had from me before. All right, so that's your homework assignment. Now, what I want you to take from me today, besides that offer of individual coaching, is that flipped on its head conventional wisdom. It's not to achieve a goal to be happy. It's to be happy, and that'll help you achieve your goals. So, be grateful, be successful. Peace be with you all. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dennis. Okay, the next part of the evening is always one of my favorite parts. We have a little commemorative sort of video for you all here tonight. I got a little sneak peek, I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. It's straight from our graduates talking about their experiences, talking about your time here at Rosedale, and I think you all are absolutely going to love it. So go ahead, cue the video.
Rosedale was just
it just always means a lot to hear what has happened over the past 16 months, 13 months or so, how it's impacted you, and to know that you have grown, you've made friends. So no better way than that video every year. So that's awesome. I love Kevin Reed too, by the way. Kevin, back there. We all do. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what I would like to do is I would like to introduce our keynote speaker of the night. And our keynote speaker, coincidentally, was like quite literally in your guys' seats. Well, not that long ago, we'll say. So he is somebody who was a graduate of Rosedale Technical College, who went out into the field very successfully, but then came back to become an instructor at Rosedale, where he taught for many years, still teaches students here at Rosedale, but has become incredibly well known, in fact, globally, due to a very popular YouTube channel that he has that is essentially an educational platform for students and professionals for diagnostics processes. And he is right now sitting at close to 500,000 subscribers to his channel. Again, really one of the foremost authorities when it comes to diagnostics that's out there in the world. Does this stuff everywhere. You guys might all know him as Scanner Danner. I would like to introduce him right now, Mr. Paul Danner, Scanner Danner.
Thank you, Steve, for that introduction. I appreciate that. I'm here for you guys. I was sitting right where you guys were. Actually, it was a long time ago, 33 years ago. That's showing my age there, but that's okay. I'm just here to encourage you. My son is here in this crowd too, by the way, Bo Danner. So he's right there. He's right there. Thanks again, Steve, for the intro. The echo here is horrible. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm having a hard time hearing myself, but I can't believe it's been that long since I sat right where you are right now. Back then, I was a long-haired punk kid with no real direction, no grand scheme of what I wanted to become, and no idea what was ahead of me. Some of you may be in that position right now, and that's okay. Because what I've learned is that it's not so much about the exact path you choose as it is about how you show up wherever you are. In my day, you certainly didn't hear a lot about the trades from high school teachers, guidance counselors. Back then, a lot of people treated the trades like a second best option, like it was where you went when you weren't good enough for college. I've seen in so many ways that nothing could be further from the truth, especially when you know how to show up in those trades. Maybe you feel overwhelmed or discouraged right now at your first job, when you hear so much negativity from senior technicians that you work with. Or maybe you've Googled the average annual salary for your trade and it's not what you had hoped for. Maybe you feel like you're stuck and what you are experiencing now is just the way it's going to be for the rest of your life. For some people, maybe it is. But for those that know how to show up, nothing could be further from the truth. What I mean by how you show up is this. There are a million things in our lives that we can't control, but the one thing we can always control is how we show up. Are you going to be the guy that asks questions to keep learning? Are you going to be the girl that shows up on time and gives 100%? Will you be the one who takes pride in a job well done, even when no one's watching? Or maybe you spend your evenings watching YouTube videos like mine. What you will see is that as you learn how to really show up and as you excel in your trade, new opportunities present themselves. And when one door opens, there's more paths to walk and even more doors behind it. They multiply. Follow me here for a second. Could I have known as an auto technician that one day I would be offered a job teaching at the very school I graduated from? Could I have known that when I needed extra money as my family grew, I would create a mobile diagnostic business? Could I have known that this same mobile diagnostic business would keep me on the front lines of the industry during the day, while during the day I was sharing that knowledge with my students? Could I have known that one day there would be a video sharing platform where I could film my case studies and make the material available to my students to improve my class even more? Could I have known that those same videos used to make my class better would someday reach a global audience in over 140 countries? Could I have known that this would create a worldwide business that supports my family as well as others? I only share these things with you to describe the doors opening and the opportunities multiplying when you decide to show up fully wherever you are. When I started in this trade, the internet did not exist. When I started teaching, YouTube did not exist. So much of what I would eventually do was not even possible in my early years because it didn't exist yet. Now we are living through another major shift with AI and technologies and other technologies. It is changing everything we know, and that means some of the best opportunities in your career may not even exist yet. But that doesn't mean you can't be ready for them. So what should your focus be? Worry about today, because tomorrow has enough trouble of its own. Be on time, be dependable, be honest, be humble, be teachable. Let your work speak for yourself, not your mouth. Remember that one. Remember that one. Not your mouth, let your work. In short, show up as the best version of yourself, and the rest will follow. The first job where you are now, especially right now, the first 3 years, is more like training camp. The question should not be which job pays me more. The better question is, which job will train me the most? Which job will let me touch everything? Which job will stretch me and make me better? Those are the questions you should be asking yourself. Show up 100%, see what happens. We are experiencing this right now with my son, Bo. Thank you, Bo. Who's graduating today along with you from the Industrial Electrical program. He actually took a job as an auto technician at my brother's shop with the idea of simply hearing or helping him out for the next 6 months while my brother recovers from shoulder surgery. He was worried about his business literally shutting down, and my son stepped up. He has shown up ready to learn every day, and now we think he may have found his path. Even if it wasn't the one he started out with, some of you may experience the same thing. It's not about where you start, it's about how you start. In closing, I want to say a special thanks to Rosedale Technical College for providing the foundation I needed as a young 19 or 20-year-old with no direction. I also want to thank Rosedale for inviting me back years later to become an instructor. This school has changed my life in so many ways. Everything I do today started right here. Yes, I had to build my house, but Rosedale was the foundation. I needed to build it, and today you have that foundation too. Now go build something with it. I'll close with this. Proverbs 22:29 says, "Do you see a man skillful in his work? Do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings. He will not stand before obscure men." This is a reminder that diligence and mastery can put you in places you can't even imagine. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Paul. I know how much this means to Paul to be here tonight for Rosedale period, but certainly when his son is sitting in this graduating class as well. But thank you for your continued support and everything you continue to do for all the students here at Rosedale. So one more time, guys, if you would, please, for Paul. All right, so this next phase of this ceremony is, again, one of my very favorite parts, and coincidentally, it's again when we get to hear from you guys. So what I would like to do now is if we could have our student speakers, that would be Jocelyn, Nico, and Nathan, if you come up to the stage here, please. When you guys come up, you'll see the chairs here behind me. You can make yourselves comfortable. Again, this night is, of course, your night, so it's always the best part of any one of these ceremonies is when we get to hear from you guys. So these student speakers are always a huge highlight for all of us. So what I would like to do is I would like to begin by welcoming Jocelyn Harbison. She is a representative of the construction electricity class of specifically 2025. So Jocelyn, come on up.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you, like he said, I'm Jocelyn Harbison. Today is a day of celebration. We stand before not only as graduates, but as individuals who have committed ourselves to learning a trade that powers homes, businesses, and communities. I am honored to stand here today before you as a female electrician and a proud member of class of 2025. First, I want to thank our instructors, family, friends, and everyone who has supported us throughout this journey. There were long days, difficult lessons, and moments when giving up may have seemed easier. But we kept showing up, we kept learning, and today we celebrate the rewards of our hard work. As someone entering the electrical field, I've learned that graduation is not the finish line. In many ways, it's just the beginning. Receiving our diplomas does not mean we know everything. Our careers will require us to continue learning, adapting, and growing. Technology changes, codes change, and new opportunities emerge. The most successful electricians and trades are not the ones who stop learning, they are the ones who remain curious and committed to building their knowledge throughout their careers. But while we work to build our careers, I hope we never forget to build our lives as well. In a profession that demands hard work and dedication, it can be easy to let work become our entire identity. We may spend countless hours on job sites, chasing promotions, or trying to prove ourselves, yet success is not measured only by the hours we work or the titles we earn. Success is also found in the moments we share with our family, the friendships we nourish, the memories we create, and the times we make to ourselves. After all, what good is building a career if we forget to build the life worth enjoying? As electricians, we understand that every connection matters. The same is true outside of work. The connections we make with our loved ones, our communities, and each other are just as important as the connections we make on the job. And to the women who are pursuing careers in this trades, know this, there's a place for you here. Your talent, your determination, and your perspectives are valued. Never let anyone convince you that you don't belong here in the trades. Continue to work hard, ask questions, and have the confidence to walk through the doors that many have thought that you would never be able to walk through. To my fellow graduates, I encourage you to keep learning, keep growing, and never stop striving to be better than you were yesterday. But also remember to laugh, travel, spend time with your family and the people you love, and make memories along the way. Because all at the end of the day, we are not just building careers, we are building ourselves and our lives. Congratulations, class of 2025 and 2026. May we continue to light the way for others, pursue excellence with humility, and always remember that some of the most important things we will ever build cannot be measured by tools or seen with our eyes. Thank you, and congratulations to us all.
Okay, next up, also representing the construction electricity program, specifically class of 2026, Nico Baker.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. To the graduates, families, instructors, and guests, thank you for being here to celebrate this important milestone, not just for me, but everyone sitting in this crowd. For those who don't know me, my name is Nico Baker, and just recently completed my course in becoming a construction electrician. For someone that doesn't like to talk amongst large groups, I sure didn't expect myself to be standing here in front of all of you. But just like this speech, the school has influenced me to step out of my comfort zone in more ways than one. When I first started school at Rosedale, I was that shy and timid student, not knowing what to expect going in. But since gaining that experience and knowledge about becoming a construction electrician, I want to change it for the world. There were definitely days when things weren't easy. There were assignments that seemed difficult, projects that didn't go as planned, and days when I was tired and didn't feel like being in class. But I kept showing up. That's something trade school teaches you very quickly. Success doesn't come just from the knowledge. I lost my spot. It comes from being willing to learn, work hard, and keep improving even when things get challenging. These past 16 months not only led me to the beginning of my future, but also led me to some of the greatest classmates and friends that helped me through these months. I couldn't have done it without them. To my family, thank you for pushing me to put myself out there in this world and for always supporting me. Lastly, to my instructors, thank you for giving me the knowledge and encouragement to be the student and electrician that they knew I could be. One thing that stuck out to me during my time at Rosedale was how much information and requirements needed for certain kind of work an electrician would be doing, whether it be wiring a switch to a light or wiring a service disconnect to a panel. All the little details and things people like me would need to follow is fascinating to me because it's making sure all our work done is to the best of our ability and would assume the same rules apply to all the rest of the trades. Although I started school last January, it still feels like yesterday when my classmates and I would be on our way during lunch to go outside and play basketball and fighting over who would be on whose team and who would be sitting out for the rest of the game. Other days we would go out to get food and argue who would drive and who would sit in the front. Or even just the moments we had sitting in class laughing with each other over the things that no one else would find funny or little inside jokes we all had with each other. And most importantly, learning all while building friendships that will last a lifetime. I just didn't realize that that would all come to an end so soon, so fast. As we leave here today, we're all heading in different directions. Some of us will be starting a job soon. Some of us will continue learning, and some of us will still be figuring out what our next step is. But no matter where we go, we'll take the lessons we learned here with us, not just the skills of the trades, but the importance of showing up, working hard, and taking pride in what we do. These lessons will stay with us for the rest of our lives. Thank you, and all the best of luck to all of you.
And our third student representative is this time from the HVAC program, specifically class of 2026, Nathan Siegel.
Mom, you have your flash on. It's going to be distracting up there. Sorry. First, I want to thank Aaron for recommending me to speak I really appreciate that. You believed in me, and you told me to talk about how Rosedale changed my life, so I hope to do that. I was never the best student, and I was told regular college was the only answer and the only option. I remember being 16 years old and 5 minutes into my 15-minute meeting with my school advisor. The first 5 minutes were going over how my lackluster grades were going to screw me over and I was never going to be able to get into a good college. The next 5 minutes consisted of being told all the schools I would never get into because of my lackluster grades. And the last 5 minutes was supposed to be for me to decide what I wanted to do with my life. I decided to be an elementary school teacher. As you can see, I'm not an elementary school teacher. My first semester of college, I had to take an intro to teaching course. It was a class with about 70 people in the main auditorium. The assignment was to read 5 chapters and have a discussion about it on the stage with 6 other people. Everyone had a microphone. This was a simple discussion. It was not a debate, but a simple discussion. The rules were someone made a point, and if you wanted to jump in, then you'd raise your hand. So someone across the circle starts the discussion, and 4 people immediately raise their hands, and everyone's first words were, "I disagree." It dawned on me that I had just walked into a debate. 10 minutes pass, I make no indication of wanting to join. The professor says, "Nate, what do you think?" I look through my notes and choose my sure thing. I remember thinking, there's no way anyone disagrees with this. Turns out my sure thing wasn't as sure as I thought. As I'm making my point, everyone is shaking their heads at me and their hands go up. Turns out the teacher didn't like my sure thing either. Her hand went up. I think the years of self-doubt piled up on me in that moment. It only got worse. I took some time off and I worked some dead-end jobs. I was ashamed of myself and purposely wouldn't leave the house because I didn't want to admit to myself or anyone else that I was struggling. But then I started working for my Uncle Dave, who's a contractor. He was enthusiastic about teaching me, and in that hard physical labor, I finally found something I was good at. I was still worried. I remember thinking, where can this take me? I couldn't be his assistant for the rest of my life, and I was worried about my future and had no idea how to change the trajectory that I was on. I owe my family everything. Even with all the self-doubt, they never stopped believing in me and never stopped supporting me. And with their help, my life started to head in the right direction. My mom found Rosedale and scheduled a visit. My mom and dad went to visit with me. My dad had just come from his office Christmas party and was burping up barbecue the whole tour. Besides that, the tour went well, and I went back to shadow the HVAC program for a day. On the way out, Aaron told me that he only wants hard workers, and he said it's not going to be easy. I really enjoyed his mentality. He set the standards, and I couldn't wait to get started. I just had to finish 2 months of gen eds, but then I couldn't wait to get started. The first day, we all sat in the automotive shop, and Mr. Wilkie said school starts at 7:30, and he challenged us to show up every day at 7:15. I really took that to heart and showed up every day at 7:29. I got closer to 7:15 over time, but I never hit it. 16 months later, I can say that I found my passion and work that I love doing. Now I'm proud to tell people what I do. Thank you to my friends and classmates that I made at Rosedale. You guys always had my back and made me feel loved. To Matt, Aaron, and Ronnie G, thank you for being such great mentors and friends. Thank you to all the Rosedale staff who helped me get my first ever good report card. Not great, I still have a silver. But to my family, I want to thank you for always supporting me and loving me even when I was at my lowest, and I was pretty low for a little. I wish I could go back in time 16 months and tell myself how much this school and experience is going to mean to me. As LeBron James once said, I'd rather work as hard as I can and be happy with the result than hold back and know I'll never reach my expectations. So to the Rosedale class of 2025 and 2026, I'll miss you all, and I'm excited to see what we all do next. Thank you.
One more time for our graduate speakers. Thank you, guys. Not an easy thing to do to get up here, so great job. If you can do this, you can do anything, trust me. So very, very nicely done. Next up, we've heard from our students. Now we get to hear from our faculty. If my dear friend, Mr. Trevor Kurtz, would make his way up to the stage. Representing the faculty for faculty remarks is Trevor Kurtz. He is the department head for our industrial electricity program. My good buddy and an all-around great guy, Mr. Trevor Kurtz.
For all of my former students who thought I couldn't get any louder, they gave me a microphone. Yes, I am Trevor Kurtz, and I am here to deliver the faculty address to all of you. And so to start, I say congratulations. You should all be very proud of yourselves. Not everybody gets to this point, and now you may fully rest assured that your effort, your money, your gas, and your patience were not exhausted for no reason. So every day, we take a lot of things for granted. We take for granted the electricity that supplies the coffee pot, that gets pretty much all of us out of bed in the morning. We take for granted the warm house on a snowy day. Frankly, we take for granted the house on said snowy day. We take for granted the car that gets us from point A to point B, even if we do have to mingle with the other idiots on the road because we're the only good driver. We take for granted the food that is always stocked in our stores and on the shelves. We take a lot for granted. Frequently, we accept the world around us as a given rather than something that has to be maintained. Therefore, I believe the thing that we take for granted the most are the people who make all of the above things happen on a daily basis. And now, thanks to your time spent here at Rosedale, you get to be the next group of people who make those things happen to maintain and build the world that we live in. A lot of people really hate their jobs. I personally have hated a few, not this one. But I'm convinced that at least part of the reason that people hate their jobs is because they feel that they don't actually make any positive contributions to the greater world around them. And fortunately, with the degrees that you have earned and the education that you received, you will be able to find jobs that will provide you purpose in your hard work, that will allow you to make positive contributions and have some sense of pride in a job well done. In this workforce, you are working in a sector that makes real-world impact every single day at many different levels. Whether that be something simple, like helping your friend complete an oil change on their car, or being a part of a traveling group of tradespeople who are going to a hurricane-ravaged state to help get their power online and to get their systems back up and running. Every day, large and small, you make an impact on the world. It's a good thing. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, these jobs aren't easy. They can be dirty. They can take a toll on your body and your mental health. They require a sharp mind and critical thinking skills. They can be dangerous. Some days, things just aren't going to go your way. You'll have many days where you just think to yourself, well, I can't do this. Those days can even be an entire week. Some days, you'll be dealing with a customer who called you, and now that customer knows way more than you do about the thing that you went to school for, and they are not afraid to tell you about it. But I just want all of you to know, at the end of the day, one day these things will become easier, and every day won't feel quite so overwhelming. And again, never forget that every single day, directly or indirectly, you will make an actual impact on the world and the communities around you. So, here are my recommendations for you. Number one, take care of your body and wear your PPE. It does not take until 40 for all of this to start hurting in various ways. The reality is that in the fields you picked, things are physically difficult and they can go sideways in a split second. Do everything you can to make it home in the same condition that you left in. And don't listen to the old head who's making fun of you for using your knee pads. My hope for you is that one day you won't have the same limp that he does when you're his age. Number 2, take an actual interest in the field that you're working in. Never lose your intellectual curiosity and drive to learn more. You are going into fields where people have spent decades and lifetimes building their knowledge base. You have a lot of work and a lot of learning to do. Stay humble, be open to constructive criticism, and realize that it's through your mistakes that you truly learn. And speaking of mistakes, number 3 is own your mistakes. Do not hide behind your failure. If you mess up, be honest, take responsibility, learn, and move forward. Your superiors will respect you more if you are honest. Just make sure you don't forget to learn from the mistake, and then you'll do just fine. And finally, number 4, if you're unhappy at your job, you do not have to stay there. Don't be afraid to take chances. Don't be afraid to try something that you've never done before. Don't be afraid of a challenge. Have courage and face it dead on, and have the faith in yourself to take on anything that's put in front of you. My hope here today is that all of you will go out and be the absolute best that you can be. Work hard, learn a lot, and be incredibly proud of your place in society. Be proud that the world actually does continue to run in no small part because of you. Make Rosedale proud, make your parents proud, make yourself proud. Congratulations.
Fantastic. Thank you, Trevor. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the part of the night we've all been waiting for, and that is the presentation of the award diplomas. So for that, I'm going to turn it over to your main school mom, Miss Kara Chan.
I can be loud by myself. All right, we're good? Okay, thanks. They all know I can be a little loud. Good evening, everyone. So as we're going to get started, as a lot of us mentioned tonight, Rosedale is a big family that you're all part of. Some of you came in as strangers, and you're going to be lifelong friends, and some of you came in as family. With that being said, we would like to take this, Elvie, no, stop. Brian, Caleb, focus. Sorry. We would like to take this time to recognize one of our students who unfortunately lost his life while he was visiting family in Africa over one of our holiday breaks. So our collision repair instructors, Caleb Cornelius and Brian Pierce, would like to present an honorary degree for Joel Letzka to his cousin, Kojo. Can you come up here, please? So Kojo and Joel are first-generation students, and they decided to embark on this generation together. Kojo actually just had a baby last night, and well, his wife did the hard work, but tonight we would like to acknowledge Joel, his cousin, and one of our family members who could not be here or finish his degree. If we could all take a moment of silence to recognize Joel. Thank you. While they're taking pictures, those of you here, we all realize that family is a huge support system, and our family aren't just the people that we're born to, we're related to. It can be anyone. It's our friends, it's our faculty members, it's our neighbors, and some of my students are the best. Well, I should say all of you are the best, but some of my students are moms, dads, taking care of parents, grandparents, each other. But I know you guys couldn't have got here without the people in this room, some of which we talked to more than we would have liked to at school, whether they were kicking your butt to get you out the door, helping you financially, emotionally, mentally. Graduates, I know you can be loud and wild. Please stand up, find your family, and give them some I love yous. Come on. Everything you've done to get to this point and everything you're going to do moving forward isn't just for you. Your family is extremely proud. Don't ever do free work for them, though. Make them at least pay you in sandwiches or cookies or something like that. So we ready to get started? Yes? Okay. So we're going to recognize our students coming up that have cords. Our gold cord recognizes our high honor students with a cumulative 4.0 QPA. Our silver cord recognizes our honor students with a 3.5 or higher QPA. Our blue cord recognizes students with perfect attendance. And our green cord recognizes our truck driving students with a 4.0 and perfect attendance. Our red, white, and blue cord acknowledges our veteran students. At this time, if I could have our veteran students and our veteran audience members please stand. Thank you all for your service. We're going to get started with our automotive diploma students. If you can make your way to the stage, please. Faculty, if you want to meet your students on the other side to give them your goodbyes, you can. We'll hold our round of applause to the end of each program. Douglas W. Haynes. Dominic T. Mahalski. Dylan M. Quigley, honors. Aiden L. Waltenball. Kevin Lamont Brockman. George D. Fisher. Logan R. Gilhard, honors. Aiden M. Campbell. Talon A. Hamer. Nathaniel J. Wardle. Ty D. Fogel. Nathaniel J. Menzer, high honors and perfect attendance. Courtney B. Chambers. Madison N. Dilliman. Jerica B. Collins. Tyler A. Hartsick, honors. Brandon P. Streb, high honors. John S. Budd, honors. Eric Garcia. Cheyenne Galloway, honors. Marion R. Stackhouse. Geeta R. Gurun, high honors. Christopher J. Zarka. Brighton A. Painter. Michael Hickey, veteran, high honors. Avery S. Hack, honors. Jamel Jenkins, Jr. Bradley C. Clark, veteran, honors. Daniel J. Goodrider, honors. Tyler M. Apasis, high honors. Mitchell P. Collinsworth, high honors. Matthew A. Sinelli, honors. Elena McCall. Autumn L. Rosenberger, honors. Morgan L. Glubish. Layton Glanton. If I can have a round of applause for all of our automotive graduates. And now for our collision repair students. Logan M. Labance. Tony M. Wright. Mackenzie T.T. Spangler, honors. Guillermo A. Harris, high honors. J-Ron C. Roberts, honors. Ali Asharif, honors. Kojo D. Fonchetti, honors. Alexander S. Dennis, honors. Adams Wateski, honors. Savion Blake, honors. Alexander G. Sharon, honors. If I can now have a round of applause for all of our collision repair students. And now for our diesel graduates. Jocelyn R. Scott with Wayne, honors. Faith F. Haynes, honors. Brittany L. Doverspike, high honors, perfect attendance. Aiden J. Donnelly, honors. Jordan A. Dominowski, honors. Austin W. Gibson, honors. Dante J. Fratangeli, high honors. If I could have a round of applause for all of our Diesel graduates. And now for our electrical technician graduates. Mahmoudi M. Mangero, honors. Jonathan D. Nichols, high honors, perfect attendance. Zachary A. Penzock, high honors. Chad M. Croston, honors. Jerry Thomas, honors. Matthew J. King, honors. Connor A. King, honors. Matthew, you can stay with him if you want. Come back. Mom's gonna want that picture. Tyler D. Bloom, honors. Alexander T. Mead with Juniper and Xavier, high honors and perfect attendance. Carmen G. Gradasso, high honors. Joseph B. Pasquale, honors. Marquin L. Bell, veteran. Logan P. Wall, high honors. Jocelyn Marie Harbison. Yeah. Not yet, not yet. Sorry. Eric N. DeVore. Victoria Seth. Lamar T. Fowler, honors. Joshua D. Casillas. Nicholas Jacob Buckeye. Jacob R. Atanasio, honors. Dylan James Crago, high honors.
Woo! Woo! Let's go!
Nico W. Baker, honors. Stephen A. Miranda, honors. Tyler A. Wilson. Braden A. Roberts. Jacob P. Natali. Robert Henderson, honors. Chester J. Wells, high honors. Caden A. Brickner, honors. Alexander J. Patterson, honors. Anthony Storm Jr., high honors. Thomas P. Whitman, high honors. Ethan M. Mamula, honors. Napoleon P. Lee. Santana Tiercave, high honors. Jaden A. Nardoza, honors. Morris E. Turner III. Sean W. Linko. Colton L. Bardo, honors. Liam P. Gilorowski, honors. Colin J. Fry. Matthew A. Lofiego, honors. Alex E. Eaton, honors. Calvin L. Griffin. Francisco Cazares, Jr. Michael J. Hardy. Jamar Bush, Jr. Robert C. Baton, high honors, perfect attendance. Brandon T. Eastek, high honors. Jaden Mallory, honors. Nasir D. Zachary, honors. Trey Bien Cottaspot, honors. John Callwhite. Jack J. Miles. Bo T. Zanner. Nicholas M. Gazinski, honors. Amanda D. Lang, honors. Leanna G. Chadish, high honors. Caleb J. Holloway, honors. If I could have a round of applause for all of our electrical graduates, industrial construction and technician. Now for our HVAC graduates, Brandon R. Herring Hill, honors. Maxwell T. Price, high honors. Makai J. Mosley, honors. Makadara R. Rakhmatov, honors. Kedrick Lamont Starkey Jr., honors. Cody D. Potts. Tyler J. Pollock and Ella, honors. Ashton J. Weaver, honors. Landon R. Hill, high honors, perfect attendance. Peyton M. Yerke, honors. Zachary J. Sims, high honors, perfect attendance. Patrick A. Holleran, honors. Matthew F. Gazinski, honors. Aiden M. O'Toole, high honors. Darian T. Columbia, honors. Nathan E. Siegel, honors. Jacob A. Dunn, honors. Andrew B. Cervone, honors, perfect attendance. Michael J. Stewart, high honors. Kyler L. Kempton, veteran. Jalen S. Beasley, honors. Damian L. Kennedy, veteran, honors. Riley J. Cessna. Alex Michael Gallardini. Bryson J. Rainey, honors. Jordan Alexander Underwood, honors. Rainier O. Harmon. Jameson C. Mills. Chris J. Collins. If I could have a round of applause for all of our HVAC graduates. And now for our truck driving students. Justin T. Robinson, Truck Driving Award. Tyleek N. Martin, Truck Driving Award. Darrell L. Rogers Jr., Truck Driving Award. If I could have a round of applause for our truck driving graduates. And for our carpentry graduates, Luke A. Wazeski, veteran. Another round of applause for Luke. For our welding graduates, Dat T. Hong, veteran, high honors. Adam J. Baginski, honors. Lindsay M. Gebhardt. Riley H. Mayer. Alexis D. Barr. Robert C. Woodward. David L. Boatwright. Xavier C.J. Wilson. If I could have a round of applause for all of our graduates. Graduates, how many of you are currently employed or picking jobs in your field? How many of you have attended a career fair, a mock interview, an employer presentation, or a field trip while you were in school? Came to the summer cookout, attended our Christmas dinner, got free ice cream during lunch? All of that, she's gonna kill me, all of that is put together by Maria with the help of our student success team, the rest of your school moms. If you could please give them a huge round of applause.
All right, hi everyone. We're almost done, I promise. So, today is more than a ceremony, it's a milestone, and I couldn't be more proud of you all. Each of you came to Rosedale with the goal to build a future, create opportunities, and develop skills that matter. As you move forward, don't forget where you started. As mentioned before, stay humble, stay hungry, and whenever possible, come back and inspire the next group that's sitting right in front of you. So as just a quick note, I just want to let you all know, if you could give us a follow on our alumni pages. We're on Facebook and on Instagram. I post a lot of the events that you can come back to on there. We also have alumni events, so don't forget to come back and visit there. Also, graduation pictures will be ready to go next week, so keep an eye out for a text. Before we officially close tonight's ceremony, please be prepared to move your tassels. Make sure they are on the right side right now. If everyone, students, stand up, please. Graduates, by the authority granted to Rosedale Technical College and in recognition of your successful completion of your program, you may now move your tassels from the right side to the left side. Congratulations, you did it. That's it, everyone. Thank you.